Welcome to the C's Predeparture Series, Part 1, Logistics. Please listen to the following PowerPoint presentation carefully as it contains important information that you'll need to know before you go abroad. After you complete watching the video, you'll need to take an assessment to make sure that you understood everything included in this PowerPoint. If you have any questions in the future about logistics, you should come back to this video and rewatch it, or go into your OGP account and read the General Study Abroad Handbook. Transfer credit. Generally, there's two types of programs that engineers attend abroad. The transfer credit requirements are slightly different for each kind of program. Almost every C student attends either a direct enrollment program where you take courses at the local universities side by side with local students, like at the University College London or Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, or in a supported direct enrollment program like IFSA Butler at the University of Sydney or CIEE in Cape Town, South Africa. As a C student, you've already had your courses approved by your C's professors for tech courses and by your CSA advisor for non-tech courses. However, in the majority of cases, you do not actually register for courses until you arrive abroad. You must check the courses you are considering registering for against the course title, description, and syllabus that you turned into the Office of Global Programs. Your forms are available in your OGP account in case you want to check them. If there are any changes to the course title, course description, or syllabus for any of your pre-approved courses, you must get in touch with Dean Leora Brovman to have the new information vetted and approved. This is not to create greater inconvenience for you, but to ensure that you are in the absolutely most appropriate course for you. Make sure to do so before the end of the registration period, in fact, at least a week before the end of the registration period, so that we can make sure that you will get full credit for your semester abroad. Please note you may not take any courses pass-fail if you want to receive credit for it. All classes must be taken for a letter grade. You must get at least a C or better in your courses in order for the credit to transfer you to Columbia degree. The credits from your study abroad program will transfer to Columbia, but will not show up on your transcript like your Columbia courses. They'll appear at the bottom of your transcript in very general terms. For example, math, 8 credits, economics, 4 credits, etc. Similar to AP credits if you have any of those. The grades you get abroad will not count in your Columbia GPA. The courses will not be listed specifically on your Columbia transcript. However, that does not mean that these courses disappear into the ether. You do have to get at least a C or better to get Columbia credit. You will have a transcript from your program, which you will have to send on to future graduate programs, professional schools, or employers who may ask for your complete academic record. Your study abroad grades may also be factored into decisions about whether or not you'll receive academic honors at Columbia. In rare cases, a C student attends a field studies program instead of a university program. These field programs are the Minnesota Studies for International Development, SIT, the School for Field Studies. Most of you will already know what courses you are taking, and the courses are pre-approved to count towards your Columbia record. You may not take anything pass-fail. You must get a C or better in all courses. If, on either type of program, university-based or field-based, you're participating in an independent research project, and all SIT programs do this, you will have to get your final independent project paper read by a Columbia professor once you return to campus. The professor then needs to let our office know that he or she feels that your work is up to Columbia standards and you should receive transfer credit for your independent project. Our office will keep you informed about this process upon your return. Please make sure for any program that gives you the choice about opting for a School of Record transcript, you go ahead and choose this option. Columbia needs to have a transcript from a degree-granting institution in order to transfer the credits to your degree here. There's usually an extra fee for the School of Record transcript, but this is considered an academic fee, and Columbia will pay this bill as part of your tuition. This is particularly applicable to students going on supported direct enrollment programs like CIEE and IFSA Butler, where you could get a CIEE record or a School of Record transcript. You need the School of Record transcript. You can get credit towards your major, concentration, or global core while abroad. For global core credit, please keep all work and the syllabus for the course and work with your CSA advisor to petition for the course to count as global core once you return to campus. Please take note of the petition review calendar, which takes place only one time per semester. Petitions received by October 1st will be reviewed with an answer given around November 15th. After that, petitions received until March 1st will be reviewed with an answer given by April 15th. Financial aid and payment. Because you're attending a non-Columbia run program, you probably had to complete a two-part application process. You had to apply to Columbia to receive clearance, and you had to apply separately to your study abroad program. This two-part process applies to the way you pay for your study abroad program as well. You'll receive both a bill from Columbia as well as a bill from your study abroad program provider, including probably a deposit that you may have had to pay already. You will not be doubling any costs, but costs will be split. For example, there are only 4 possible charges you will be charged on SSOL by Columbia. Number 1, all of you will be charged Columbia tuition. Number 2 and 3, if you have Columbia health insurance, you will see 2 charges, the health insurance charge and the health services fee. If you have opted out of health insurance, you should see neither of these fees. However, these are bound fees, so if you have Columbia health insurance, you will see the health services fee as well. And the 4th potential item is if you are an international student, you'll be charged a $50 ISSO fee. You should see no other charges on your SSOL account for the semester that you plan to be abroad. Every semester, our office reviews all student accounts to ensure that there are no erroneous charges. Feel free to get in touch with us to let us know if you see anything that seems incorrect to you. Your program will charge you for room, board, and potentially program fees. They will not charge you any academic fees, including any costs for the School of Record transcript that we talked about above. If you are at all confused about the bill you get from your study abroad program, feel free to reach out to us. Please make sure whoever pays your bills understands that you will need to pay something to 2 different organizations, your regular tuition costs to Columbia and part of your fees to your particular study abroad programs. So how does this work with financial aid? If you have financial aid, the Office of Global Programs writes a budget for you, which we send to the financial aid office. This budget includes all costs from the study abroad semester. It includes Columbia tuition, health insurance, local transportation, transportation to and from the country, program fees, room, board, school supplies, and so on. The budget does not include any extra estimate for traveling or touring during your semester abroad. The financial aid office then adjusts your financial aid depending on if your semester abroad is going to be more or less expensive than your semester here at Columbia. Your contribution and your family's contribution should not change during the study abroad semester. That being said, everyone spends more money during the study abroad semester because you want to experience more things. We highly recommend that you save as much money as possible before you go abroad, particularly if you plan to travel or study abroad in very expensive locations like London or Copenhagen. Once your financial aid package has been adjusted, you'll receive your financial aid in your SSOL account just like any other semester. If your financial aid is less than Columbia tuition, you will have to pay the remainder to Columbia that you owe and the fees to the study abroad program. If your financial aid is more than Columbia tuition, you'll get a reimbursement and you must use that reimbursement to pay your room and board costs to your study abroad program or use it for rent if your program has independent housing. You will need to work with Student Financial Services to make sure you request this refund, which you can do in SSOL. If you sign up for direct deposit, this is the most convenient way to have the reimbursement directly put into your account. To reiterate, if you have been allotted money to spend on housing and cost of living abroad, it will be your responsibility to spend this money on program fees, housing, and day-to-day costs. Housing and registration. Columbia Housing. By now, you should have logged into the housing portal to note that you will be studying abroad during the coming semester. If not, please do so soon. If you have any questions about housing, your questions should be directed directly to the Columbia Housing Office. You will not lose your guaranteed housing if you spend a semester abroad. The Office of Global Programs does communicate with the housing office, letting them know who is going abroad and when you are coming back to facilitate a smooth transition from New York to abroad and back again. Again, please direct all specific questions about housing to the housing office. While you are abroad, you'll have to register again for housing and for courses at Columbia. The housing office will be in touch when it's time to log into the housing portal again to register for housing. With regard to course registration, it happens online just like any other semester. The only difference is that you'll be given longer registration blocks to accommodate the fact that you may be in a different time zone. So instead of having a registration block from, say, 12 to 4 p.m., you'll have a registration block from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope you found this logistical information helpful. If you have any questions in the future about study abroad logistics, please come back to this PowerPoint presentation or log into your Office of Global Programs account and read the General Study Abroad Handbook. If you can't find the answers there, please always feel free to email ogp@columbia.edu or your specific study abroad advisor. We hope you have an amazing time abroad, and we really look forward to hearing about your experiences when you come home.